Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the season finale of Sports Weekly. I'm Alex LeMay.
And I'm Nick Friend. For the next 30 minutes, we'll recap all of the exciting action from this past week in the Ithaca area, as well as run through Week 13 of the NFL season.
Plus, Sevrin Lavenstein will give us an inside scoop on the media coverage of the 61st Annual Cortica Jug. All of that and more coming up, but first, let's get to some highlights.
After having their Sunday game canceled due to weather, the 5-2 Cornell women's basketball team played host to 8-0 Binghamton as the Big Red looked to slow down the Bearcats' red-hot start. We picked things up 3 minutes into this one. It's still scoreless. A Laura Bagwell-Catalan jumper will change that. A slow start offensively for Cornell, not what they're used to. The Big Red had scored over 70 in their last 3 games. 4 minutes later, Samantha Weidman with the drive and the layup. The senior finished with 12 points. The New Jersey native scored 9 versus the Bearcats just last year. Midway through the second now, Binghamton down by 7. Make it 4. Kaylee Wasco from distance. How about this? The 6'3" junior had made 4 threes in her entire career. You just saw number 5. Seconds left in the third quarter. Kaya Moon with the buzzer-beating 3. The senior reached 1,000 points in her last game. She would finish this one with 15. 3 minutes left in the game. Cornell down by 4. The feed to Teresa Grace Benefo. Talk about timeliness. The sophomore had only 2 points in the game. You saw them right there. 20 seconds left in the ball game. Now it's tied up. Cornell double teaming Moon, and it doesn't matter. The step back jumper will go. Moon was shooting just 22% before that shot. It puts Binghamton up by 2. Cornell playing the follow game. Moon makes it a 3-point lead for the Bearcats. Cornell's last second desperation heave won't come close, and like that, Binghamton wins 59-56. It's the second best start in program history for the Bearcats, while Cornell drops to 2-2 at home, a place they lost at just 4 times last season.
Heading over to South Hill, a few days after Ithaca College football knocked off Cortland to win the 61st Annual Cortica Jug, IC women's basketball looked to do the same exact thing at Ben Light Gymnasium. The Bombers entered the night 36-33 all-time against the Red Dragons. 4 minutes in, Ithaca only up 2-0. Slow start. Megan Flanagan finds Sharon McGuire for Cortland, but she can't get the roll to go. The junior can't get it. Ithaca now by 4. Good ball movement here. Going to find Grace Cannon up top. She's going to shake the defender, take it all the way to the rim, finishes through contact. Second on the team in scoring, averaging 13 points per game. Tied at 17 now. Cannon this time no good. Emily Dorn grabs the board and finds Cannon again in the middle. Second time's the charm. Cannon with 11 points in the first half. Third quarter, Ithaca trailing. Kara Volpe inside to O'Malley. Back out to Cannon. She's going to not take a 3. She's going to step inside the arc. Gets the roll to go and tying the game at 26. Now Cortland, they're going to turn the ball over. Volpe is going to get outlet from Megan Yaman, and there's Volpe going up, finishing with 6 points, 3 of 5 shooting. Bombers by 3. Inside out game now, it's Yaman, her turn for 3. That would be the juniors' only points of the game. Ithaca by 6. Fourth quarter, we're all tied again. Sarah Tully this time. Her time to take it all the way to the rim. That would be her double-double, 12 points, 14 rebounds. Tied this time, Cortland the attack again, all alone. Nia Longford left all alone for 3. Cortland back out in front. Under 3 to go. Bombers find the senior O'Malley. IC up by 3. They would pull away late and take it 70-59. Grace Cannon led all scorers with 26 points. That's a new career high. Cassie O'Malley has had a great success throughout her 3+ seasons on the Ithaca College women's basketball team and is now in the program's record books. She is 8th on the all-time scoring list. Taylor Merritt has more.
Ithaca College's women's basketball program made the NCAA Division III bracket this past 2018-2019 season. A key part of their success comes from now senior Cassidy O'Malley.
She's really progressed and matured as not only a basketball player, but as a student and as a person.
Personally, for me, I want to be averaging a double-double, just being able to get double digits rebounds as well as points. I think that would really just all-encompassing be able to help my team.
With her success, Cassidy O'Malley is now number 8 on the Ithaca College women's basketball all-time scoring list.
I mean, I feel great about it, obviously. I try not to think about that much and stuff like that, but yeah, it's a great accomplishment, just looking to build on that, hopefully end the season higher in the list.
Cassidy O'Malley has worked extremely hard to get to where she is now. Rather than focus on her own accolades, she puts her team first.
Defense and rebounding and just overall really trying to give the younger classmen confidence and sort of making sure everyone has confidence. So just being a very vocal leader and doing whatever I can on and off the court to help my teammates.
They understand what she means to this team, not just as a scorer, but as a basketball player. So they continually look to her on the court and off the court.
In Ithaca, I'm Taylor Merritt, Sports Weekly.
Thanks, Taylor, and we take a quick glance at where the senior O'Malley stands. She is right now at 1,231 points, putting her 41 points shy of tying Catherine Campbell for 7th place. This season, O'Malley is shooting at least 45% from the field. She looks to rack up more points on January 6th when the Bombers take on St. John Fisher Cardinals.
You do not have to be on a team in order to be active in sports at Ithaca College. There are PALS classes which students take for fun and some extra credits. With a deeper look, here is Justin Holch.
PALS classes are a great activity for students to do out of the classroom. They're able to stay active during the school day and meet new friends while getting some exercise. Some people are even lucky enough to say that they got the assistant basketball coach as their instructor.
When I became an assistant coach here, the opportunity arose to teach a class. And obviously, I coach basketball, so I thought it was a great opportunity to allow guys to come in, work on their skill set, work on their conditioning, and play basketball and have fun earning a half a credit.
Yeah, you know, like my class schedule is super busy, and being in grad school, I don't always get the lift, so having an allotted amount of time to be able to exercise and feel better and get some energy out of me helps me refocus, like especially during finals week. Stress is high, so it's a good fun way to just kind of relax and have a good time and do something I really enjoy.
The message is clear. PALS classes are fun, they're entertaining, people love to hang out, and in this one, play basketball. So I think the big recommendation here is come join a PALS class and come play sports. Most kids in the class say that it is their way of getting in a good workout throughout the day, and it does keep them active. Some have even taken multiple classes throughout their time here at IC and plan to take many more in the semesters to come.
So I actually took a PALS class before this, the first half of the semester, and then I took a new one for this, for basketball right now for the rest of the semester. I'm actually taking a couple more next semester because they're fun. They're a great way to stay active.
In Ithaca, Justin Holch, Sports Weekly.
Justin, coming up on Sports Weekly, we'll recap how both Ithaca and Cornell football finished off their seasons. Plus, Sevrin Lavenstein has an inside look at Cortica.
I'm Sevrin Lavenstein. Coming up on Sports Weekly, I'll tell you more about the student media coverage of Cortica 2019 at MetLife Stadium, including a broadcast that reached over 70,000 people. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Sports Weekly. I'm Max Lichtenstein.
And I'm Nick Friend. For the third consecutive year, Ithaca College football earned a bowl game after losing last year to Utica. The Bombers look to redeem themselves at home against Washington and Jefferson in the ECAC Asa S. Bushnell Bowl. We pick things up with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Bombers will get on the board first thanks to a Nicholas Bahamonde 42-yard field goal. The freshman was named Liberty League Special Teams Player of the Year. 4 minutes later, Joe Germinario to Will Gladney. Does that sound familiar? The ECAC East Region Player of the Year to a second-team All-American goes for a 59-yard touchdown pass. Gladney finishes his Bomber career with a big day, 170 yards and a touchdown. President's looking for an answer. That won't do it. Jacob Adams is intercepted by Nick Garone. The linebacker and a senior was named second-team East Region. Remember, he hadn't started a game until just last year. He now picks up interception number 5 on the season. We jump to the third quarter. IC up by 10, make it 16. The touchdown run by Isaiah DeHady, the 4-yard touchdown run. The senior started the season with 5 straight games reaching the end zone. He earns his first trip there in well over a month. Bookmark this play. W&J down by 17, and they have an answer. Adams finds Josh Burns in the corner of the end zone. He earns reception number 799 on the season. 7 minutes left. Bombers only up by 3. Germinario is picked off by Delonte Nunla. The junior's third interception of his career is returned for a touchdown, and just like that, W&J is up. Now 21 seconds left. Bombers down by 3. They're looking for an answer. Germinario running around. It's a trick play to offensive lineman Kyle Berna. He will not get in, and Washington and Jefferson with the come from behind win, 20-17 your final. Both teams finished the season 8-3. Presidents won their last 3. Bombers lost 3 out of their last 4.
After upsetting Dartmouth on the road last week, Cornell football looked to finish its season strong. The Big Red welcomed Columbia to Sholkoff Field 1 year after losing to the Lions on the road in heartbreaking fashion. The Big Red looked for redemption this past weekend in the 10th annual Empire State Bowl. We go a minute and a half into the game. Harold Coles finds a huge hole, and Coles will go all the way into the end zone for a 58-yard rushing touchdown. That was such a nice cutback and a huge hole created by the offensive line, and that was a career-high rushing touchdown for Coles. We'll fast forward now to the beginning of the second quarter. Delonte Harrell will go in motion, and Harrell will get into the end zone. That was a great rushing touchdown and will bring Cornell up 14-0. The drive went 7 plays for 71 yards. Midway through the second quarter, Mason McMahon with a one-handed snag and will go for 25 yards. That was McMahon's first reception of the season. 6 minutes to go, 4th and 1. Drew Schmid with a fake punt. He'll go 28 yards and slide down, as that's a big play to keep Columbia alive into the game. A little under 4 minutes left in the half. Ty Lenhart with the pass to Josh Wainwright. The back shoulder pass will get into the end zone and will put Columbia on the board for its first points of the game. A little under 4 minutes left in the half. Thomas Glover with a touchdown, and that will bring Cornell up 19 points. It's a big score for Cornell. 6 minutes later, Richie Kenny keeps it himself for a QB sneak into the end zone, and that was Kenny's second touchdown of the season. Cornell will go on to win 35-9 and will improve to 4-6 on the season and end senior day on the right note. With this year's Cortica at MetLife Stadium, it was a new experience for players and fans in attendance. But the bigger scale was also a new opportunity and different challenge for the Ithaca College student media that covered the game. Sevrin Lavenstein has more.
Burgess again. Burgess makes the catch inside the 5-yard line. Down he goes.
You saw all the hard work from the players on the field during the 2019 Cortica Jug, but perhaps what you didn't see was the effort behind the scenes by student media.
All hands on deck, everybody doing 100 things at the same time. You know, I was tweeting about something and then adding a line to the story and then like messaging our photographers to see when we could get a photo like sent to the like social media so that we could put that online. And it was very chaotic, but in a good way.
For members of the Ithacan, ICTV, and WICB, the 2019 Cortica Jug presented a rare opportunity to do their work in a professional venue.
Looking for Angelo Fossa, the flag comes in. Anthony Robbins.
A lot of these D3 schools have like pretty small press boxes. They're not particularly ornate or fancy at all. So being able to go to MetLife, be able to call the game from the national broadcast booth was incredible.
Well, unlike Butterfield Stadium behind me where the Bombers football team plays their home games, Cortica 2019 at MetLife Stadium put the game on the big stage. That meant a whole new set of problems for student media that had to be dealt with in stride.
Different setups, different equipment accessible to you. Being about a 4-hour drive from Ithaca certainly posed a little bit of a challenge just in terms of being able to test equipment, being able to talk with their staff. That's kind of what caused a lot of the issues.
Despite any bumps in the road, the live broadcast reached 70,000 impressions in total. In Ithaca, New York, I'm Sevrin Lavenstein, Sports Weekly.
Thanks, Sevrin. Still ahead, Alex LeMay will be back at the desk with Max to recap Week 13 of the NFL season. Don't go anywhere. Sports Weekly will be right back.
Welcome back to Sports Weekly. I'm Max Lichtenstein.
And I'm Alex LeMay. It was an active Week 13 of the NFL season, from playoff hopes on the line to a potential Super Bowl preview. There was plenty of exciting action that was brought to the attention of fans everywhere. Let's take a look at some of what went down around the country. Bills-Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. Bills trail 7-0. Josh Allen finds Cole Beasley. Beasley gets the TD in his return to Dallas. Right there, celebrating in Jerry's world. 4th and 1. Allen's got fumble snap, but look at this. He's going to get it back and plunge forward himself for the first down. Momentum play for Buffalo. They'd get a trick play touchdown on the next play. Second half now. Allen doing what he does best, making it happen with his legs, leading QBs in rushing TDs with 8. That's one more than Lamar Jackson himself.
And we'll go to MetLife Stadium. Daniel Jones drops back and throws a dime, as he's called Danny Dimes, to Sterling Shepard for the touchdown. Shepard spins the ball on the snow-filled field, and the Giants will cut the deficit to 4. Aaron Rodgers drops back and finds his favorite receiver, Devontae Adams. Rodgers and Adams connected 6 times in the contest for 2 touchdowns. Jones looking for some late magic to keep the Giants in it, but no. Tramon Williams with his 2nd interception of the season. The 36-year-old vet will ice the game there.
Jets Bengals, 0-11 Bengals, red rifle, Andy Dalton to Tyler Boyd for the TD. Dalton's 198th franchise leading passing touchdown. 17-6 Bengals, Jets backed up. Darnold to Le'Veon Bell, but hold on a second. Bell's not going to get much, but there's some laundry on the field. Holding in the end zone, result by rule is a safety, makes it 19-6 Cincy. It was all Cincinnati in this one, as my Bengals avoid going 0-16. They're going to celebrate here and get their first win of the season, 22-6.
Seattle up 3 with seconds remaining in the third, and MVP candidate Russell Wilson finds David Moore for the long touchdown reception. Wilson connected twice with Moore in the contest. The Vikings looking to cut the deficit to 1 possession as Kirk Cousins finds Kyle Rudolph in the back of the end zone, Rudolph making a spectacular one-handed grab. Rudolph finished the game with 4 catches total. 4th and 3 on their own 42-yard line. Kirk Cousins looking to keep the game alive, but no. The Seahawks defense stands tall and does their job and will secure the 34th.
Niners Ravens now. Jimmy Garoppolo finds his new favorite target going deep down the field. It's Deebo Samuel on 4th and 2. Samuel mocks Lamar Jackson there, copying his TD celebration. Ravens now. Lamar going to get back at Samuel right here. Fakes the handoff lob to Mark Andrews for his 7th TD reception this season. That leads all tight ends. Back and forth game comes down to the most reliable kicker in the league. Justin Tucker nails the 49-yard. Ravens take it 20-17. I mean, who else do you want kicking that field goal in that spot? Recap of the scoreboard. You see the Bears getting the win over the Lions there. Saints struggle a little bit with the Falcons, but they also come out on top.
Still plenty of season left, and coming up after the break, we will go to Nick Friend, who will be reporting with an ESPN Plus package.
When it was announced just over a year ago that the Ivy League would be partnering with ESPN, that meant major changes for all programs, including Cornell. Coming up after the break, I'll give you an inside look at how they're managing the change and also let you know some misconceptions viewers may have. Stay with us.
We welcome you back to the season finale of Sports Weekly. I'm Alex LeMay.
And I'm Max Lichtenstein. Last year, ESPN Plus made its way to the East Hill, covering multiple athletic events at Cornell University. Nick Friend has more.
The Ivy League and ESPN struck a 10-year agreement in July of 2018 to broadcast more than 1,100 events on ESPN Plus per year. When fans and viewers hear the 4 letters, ESPN, many might expect a big production crew and a big staff. However, for many of the Ivy League schools, that is not the case, including for Cornell University. Behind the hundreds of broadcasts the school puts on are just 2 men, John Lukács and John Enright. The duo uses the 4 letters to recruit interested students from nearby schools to work behind the scenes and gain valuable experience, which they say is helpful.
John Enright and John Lukács, who work here, have really helped me and showed me so many behind-the-scenes stuff, and especially at a young age. It's really helped me, learn about the behind-the-scenes stuff. Even though, I want to be a broadcaster, but I also want to be versatile and learn a bunch of things.
Besides a handful of crew members, the 2 Johns are left to do several jobs by themselves on what they say is a tight budget. When you compare the Harvard control room to Cornell's, you notice a stark difference, but in the broadcasts, you may not.
Jarrett backdoor bounce pass and a 2-hand flush for E.
As evident during a recent men's basketball telecast, it's often one doing the job of many.
Stand by Barry. And Barry. Go Barry.
From Millen Arena in Ithaca, New York, we welcome you to the Ivy League.
In Ithaca, Nick Friend, Sports Weekly.
They deserve a lot of credit. Thank you, Nick. Sports Weekly will be right back after this.
Welcome back to the season finale of Sports Weekly. I'm Nick Friend.
And I'm Alex LeMay.
And I'm Max Lichtenstein. Some heartwarming news to share with all of you. Last weekend, Ithaca College student athletes put aside their cleats and put on their dancing shoes for the first annual Bomberthon. The 6-hour-long event was put on by IC Thon, a group led by IC junior men's soccer player Lee Folger and junior Laura Heps, who serves as the group's executive director. The purpose of the event was to raise money to benefit upstate Golisano Children's Hospital, as well as children and families impacted by pediatric cancer. Dozens of student athletes and students showed up for the special occasion. Between April 2018 and the event's conclusion, the group raised, get this, just over $28,000.
That is a lot of money. Well done. Now it's time to look at the top 3 plays from this week. We start off in college hoops. Number 3, Georgia Southern's. This is going to be Elijah McCaden. Drives the lane and puts it down on Justin Rainwater on the poster. Rainwater going to need an umbrella on this one. Eagles top FGCU, 72-57. Number 2 in the NFL now. Chargers down 3. Rivers going to air it out right here on 4th and 11. Look at Mike Williams battling off with one hand, using his body to shield the defender. Badgley would make a 46-yard field goal to tie it at 20. More from this game to come right here. Number 1, rookie QB Drew Lock to the end zone. Look at Cortland Sutton laying out for his first of 2 TDs in the first quarter. McManus would kick a 53-yarder as time expired to give the Broncos a 23-20 win. Wow.
That will do it for us here at Sports Weekly. For Max Lichtenstein, Alex LeMay, and our entire crew, I'm Nick Friend wishing you a happy holiday season, and we will see you next year. Good night.